Hello and welcome. Have you ever had that feeling that you're just a passenger in your own life? Kind of being swept along by forces that are completely out of your control? Well, today we're going to explore how you can grab the steering wheel. It all comes down to understanding the crucial difference between what you can't change and what you absolutely can. All right, to kick things off, let's use a really powerful image. Just picture your life as a massive winding river. Some days it's calm, it's gentle, you know exactly where you're going. And then other days, boom, you're in the middle of whitewater rapids. And look, we've all been there, right? This river, with all its twists and turns, is the journey we're here to understand. So this brings us to a really important question, something I want you to think about for a second. In your own life, right now, do you feel like the navigator, the one steering the boat? Or do you feel more like a leaf, just floating, being carried wherever the current decides to take you? Your gut answer to that question is the key to everything we're about to dive into. Okay, so our goal here is pretty simple. How do we go from being a passive passenger to becoming a skilled navigator of our own lives? Well, to do that, we first need to really understand the two main things we'll find on this river. So when you're out there on the river of life, you're going to run into two main things. First, you've got the rocks. These are the big, solid, unmovable obstacles that just appear in your path. And then you have the currents, the actual flow of the water that's pushing and pulling you around. And here's the thing. Telling the difference between the rocks and the currents, that is everything. It's the secret to navigating your life. All right, let's talk about those rocks first. In Eastern philosophy, they have a very specific name for these unmovable parts of our lives, and it really helps us get a handle on what they are. They're called prarabdha. So what is prarabdha? Well, think of it like the stage that's already been built for your life's play. It's the hand you're dealt, the unchangeable external stuff like the family you're born into, the major challenges you're destined to face, even your line of work. These are the things that are, for the most part, already set in stone. You know, there's this incredible analogy that makes it so clear. Prarabdha is like an arrow that has already been shot from a bow. You can't change its path midair. You can't call it back. It's already in motion. That's it. It just is. These are the fixed conditions, the rocks in your river that you simply have to navigate around. So if the rocks are the fixed parts of our lives that we can't change, what about the currents? Well, this is where things get really interesting. Because this is where we find all of our power. The currents are our inner world, our patterns, and in Eastern thought, they're called samskaras. Okay, so samskaras. Think of them like deep grooves or pathways in your mind. They're carved out by every single thought you've ever had, every action you've ever taken. They become your habits, your default emotions, your entire internal script. They are the currents that decide how you move and flow around those unmovable rocks. And this slide right here, this is probably the most important takeaway of this whole explainer. Get this and you get everything. Prarabdha, the rock, is the situation you're facing. It's external and it's fixed. But the samskaras, the currents, that's your response to the situation. And that is internal and completely 100% modifiable. Your real freedom isn't in moving the rock, it's in choosing which way the current of your mind will flow around it. So understanding that difference, that is the key that unlocks the door to real personal power. This is the moment we shift from just reacting to everything to consciously responding. This is where we learn to become the navigator. But here's the catch, right? Most of us, most of the time, are just running on autopilot. Our default mind hits one of those rocks, a setback, a difficult person, and it just reacts based on those old, deep grooves. We automatically get angry, or we get defensive, or we feel like a victim, without ever stopping to think. So how do we break that cycle? How do we switch from that knee-jerk reaction to a thoughtful response? Well, there's a really powerful 4-step process we can use. First, and this is crucial, you pause. Just create 1 second of space between what happened and how you feel. Second, you observe. Just notice, without judgment, what's that default feeling bubbling up? Is it anger? Fear? Okay, just see it. Third, you investigate. Ask a simple question. Is this automatic reaction actually helping me right now? And finally, you select. Now you have the freedom to consciously choose a better, more helpful response. Okay, let's put this into practice with a real-world example. Let's say you have a professional setback. That's your prarabdha, that's the rock. Your default reaction, that old samskara, might be immediate frustration, maybe some self-doubt, or blaming others. But if you use that framework, you can pause, observe that feeling, and instead consciously choose a response of resilience, of learning from the mistake, of making a new plan. And what you're doing in that moment, you are literally carving a new, more powerful pathway in your mind. And when you start doing this consistently again and again, something pretty amazing starts to shift. You begin to build this incredible sense of inner freedom, and it doesn't matter what rocks the river throws at you. And this is really the reward for all this work. This is what you gain. First, you get this deep sense of empowerment because you finally know what's in your control and what isn't. That leads to this incredible inner freedom where you're not so attached to how things turn out. And from there, you start finding real peace, a sense of calm even when life is chaotic. You're constantly evolving, and you gain this amazing clarity to see the path forward no matter what. So, if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. You might not be the master of the river, and you're definitely not the master of the rocks, but you are, without a single doubt, the master of your internal landscape. The outside world sets the stage, but you are the one who writes the script for how you respond. So we're back to where we started, but now, hopefully, with a completely new perspective. The rocks in your river, they're coming. That's a guarantee. The only real question left, the one that truly matters, is right there on the screen. Now that you know you control the currents of your own mind, how will you choose to respond to life's next rock?